Hi guys, WineTuber here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to build and maintain a great wine list for your venue. So let's get started. Before we start, many thanks to the Corkscrew Wine and Spirit Merchants and Amuri Restaurant for helping me with this video. And if you're watching my channel for the first time, please consider to subscribe. As a business owner, restaurant manager or sommelier, you should remember that the customer is coming to your restaurant primarily for the food experience rather than a wine experience. However, the markup on alcoholic beverages included wine is much higher than in food, and it is and should be in between 60 to 70% GP, gross profit. So if you want to increase the revenue and build very successful wine list, watch this video until the end. The first thing that you have to do is to find the right person who's gonna look after your wine list. Someone who is passionate about the wine, someone who has patience to the customer, and finally someone who has a fantastic communication skills. The person who's gonna look after the wine list must have a basic Excel knowledge and understanding what is the difference between margin and markup. So in the end of the day, this is a business, a part of having fun with selling wines. We have to also make money for living. By the way, few very helpful Excel formulas can be found in the description below. Finding good and knowledgeable suppliers is absolutely essential. Someone that be able to help you build your wine list, but also recommend the right wines for your list, but also someone that you can trust in terms of deliveries. I highly recommend to work with few good suppliers, as more suppliers means more options for your customers. Train your staff on a daily basis and don't be afraid to ask your supplier for help. More knowledgeable staff means more positive experience for your guests. Your staff don't have to be advanced sommelier or master of wine, but the more important thing is that they know what they are selling. Before you decide how many wines you want to put on your list, check your storage conditions and, more importantly, your storage capacity. If your wine bar or restaurant is medium size with 40 to 45 seats, I highly recommend to keep at least 12 bottles of each of wines by the glass, but also 12 bottles of each of wines that are the most popular from your list. Then try to keep at least 6 bottles of each of wines that are in the middle of your list, and 2 to 3 bottles of the most expensive wines on your list. Be open-minded and flexible, as flexibility is a key in the customer service and really helps to build a better relation between you and the person who's buying your wine. For example, if you don't like Gamay or tannic red wine, it doesn't mean that the entire world don't like Beaujolais or Tannat grape variety. Always listen carefully to your guests and try to find a solution or alternatives to their needs. The layout of your wine list is super important. This is why I highly recommend to organize your wines by the type of the wine rather than the style or grape variety. So your wine list should be divided into following categories: sparkling wine / aperitifs, wine by the glass, local wine, especially if your restaurant is located in some wine region or wine country, then white wines, orange wines, rosé, red wines, and finally sweet and fortified wines. I also highly recommend to organize your wine list according to the price, from the lower to higher, as in the end of the day it's all about the price and the budget of your customers. What about organic, vegan or biodynamic wines? Well, rather than creating a special category on your list, you can use symbols. For example, V for vegan, O for organic, B for biodynamic. And you can put those symbols beside the name of the wine on your list. Most of us know that a good wine needs good food and good food needs good wine. This is why your wine list should reflect and complement the food that you are serving. If your restaurant is, for example, an Italian trattoria, you should probably focus on Italian wine, as what grows together goes together. If your venue is serving Oriental cuisine full of spices and chilies, you should probably consider listing more aromatic wines, more complex wines, but also off-dry style of wines, as those type of wines really balance the heat of your dish. Finally, if your restaurant is vegetarian or vegan, your wine list should be also full of vegan wines, and there's plenty of options at the market at the moment. Something super important, it's the cover on your wine list. Your wine list should be very easy to update. This is why I highly recommend to use sleeves or holders rather than the printed menu. As vintages, grape varieties and prices really matters. As a good manager and sommelier, you should remember that every time that you want to reprint your wine list, it costs you a lot of money. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions or any inquiries about the wine list for your restaurant and for your venue, please leave the comment below. By the way, don't miss out my next video about Tokai region and Tokai wines. So stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time.